everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy that you clicked on this video. We are back with another monthly reset video. I am so excited to be resetting for February, which is actually insane because it feels like I was just doing my 2024 reset video. How are we already in February? It's so crazy that February is literally going to be next week. Like, what the heck? Anyway, with a new month comes new opportunities, and I love doing these resets to set up my month for me and get me excited to tackle the new month. And it also helps me stay on track with my yearly goals along with the little goals that I set for myself for each month. If you're unfamiliar with what a reset video is, basically I just go in and we set some goals. We usually tidy up. I go over some of the stats from last month for my business. We talk about some of my personal life goals as well. Yeah, we just get excited to start a new month, and this is basically to help motivate you guys to potentially do your own reset for your own business or personal life, and just to get you motivated to start a new month and accomplish big things. So I'm so excited to get into this month's reset video. So without further ado, let's just get started. First, we're gonna go over our goals from January and see how well we did with them, if we accomplished most of them, if we didn't, if there's room to change up some of the goals or how I'm gonna work towards them, and then we'll set some new goals for February. So let's take a look at what our January goals were from last month. So our one big goal from January was to make new rugs to list on my website, and that did not happen. I didn't get the chance to do that this month. I was anticipating a slower month for the business because usually January and February are slower months, but that did not happen. And in fact, this month has been quite busy for me, so I didn't actually get enough free time to sit and make any new rugs with my tufting gun. So that's definitely going to be a task for February. Some of the mini goals was draw a new sticker collection, which I have done. I'm actually so excited to share the new sticker collection. It is hand drawn by me. It's been so long since I've hand drawn stickers, so I'm really excited to share it with you guys. And I also have gained more Patreons, which we did. I think we got like 3 or 4 more Patreons this month. I'm thinking to have a special segment at the end of every video just with all the Patreon names and just to appreciate my Patreons because I love you guys very much. We also have the wellness goals, which are more like my personal goals and just things that will help my personal mental health and well-being, which also reflects into my ability to run my business and be creative, which is a huge part of my business. We have start yoga or Pilates classes, which I've done. If you've been watching the studio vlogs in January, you'll know that I am always mentioning that I'm going to a Pilates class. I am loving it. Quick side note is I used to powerlift, and I've been going to the gym for almost 3 years now, I think, and I actually injured myself, ruptured an ovarian cyst, which threw me out. I wasn't even able to compete in my first powerlifting meet, so I stopped powerlifting and until I get my health in check. But I wanted to find something different to move my body and something that was a little bit less strenuous and lower impact, and Pilates has been so amazing for me. I really love it, and I've already seen a change in my mental health and also my physical appearance as well, which is crazy because I never thought that that would help me achieve my physical body aesthetic goals. Anyway, that was just a little side note. I also have get back into a consistent strength training routine, which I have not done because I have not been to the gym consistently all month. I think I went for a week straight and then I fell off. So that is going to be something I work on in February. And then we also have read 3 books, which I have done. I think I'm going to end up reading actually 4 this month. I'm currently reading another book. Now let's set some goals for February. So we reflected on the January goals, and I didn't get as much done this month that I was hoping to, again, because I was planning for a slower month. But I really did want to make some rugs, and I'm kind of sad that I didn't get to, but it's okay. February can be all about making rugs and new products. So here's my February goal page. It's pink because it's Valentine's and it's also my birthday month, so we have to go with the pink aesthetic. It's only fitting. Everything that I love and own is pink, if you can't tell my computer. I have these bows that I made. We just love pink here. Even my heat press is pink. My label printer is pink. Just the pink vibes all around. Anyway, so this is my page. I do this for every month. This was January's as well. I just have the same layout. Let's go over our goals. My one big goal for February is to make a big tufting frame. This is so that I can make big rugs. I have a bunch of markets already lined up for the summertime, and I really want to sell my hand tufted rugs. So it is a goal for me to actually make the frame this month, and then if I have time, I will tuft some rugs and make some practice ones. If I don't, that will be a March thing, but I do want to make the frame, that way I have it and then I have no excuse to not make some rugs in my free time. For my mini goals, I have post 2 long form videos on TikTok per week, and this can be voiceovers, day in my life, morning in my life, whatever. But I noticed that I do not post on my TikTok a lot, and I want to create more lifestyle content. I was reflecting this month on how I can really grow my brand as a whole. And although I really love posting on YouTube and we've grown such an amazing community and I don't plan on stopping making YouTube videos, I would love to kind of diversify my content creation skills. I really want to work with some brands this year, so I really have to grow more of a lifestyle page on my TikTok. I really want to prioritize that in February and try my best to work towards that. I suck at making short form, long form content on TikTok and Instagram, so that's going to be like one of my focuses this month, and I think that will really help me grow my TikTok and my Instagram page. And then we also have make at least 10 mug rugs and 10 car coasters for my market inventory. So I really want to be prioritizing making punch needle stuff for my markets. Last year I did not get to sell as many punch needle related items as I would have hoped to because I was so busy like doing all other aspects of the business. So if I can prepare a bunch of inventory for my first market, or like before my first market, that means I'll just kind of have to restock certain designs as they sell at markets. I kind of got this idea from Jessica from Our Cheery Corner. I love her vlogs. If you need another small business owner to watch and like long form videos, then definitely go check out her channel. I love her very much. In her vlogs, she like restocks some of her designs as she's making orders, which I thought was such a genius idea. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing, and I want to work toward that every month to fill up my market stock so that by the time I'm ready to do my first market, I have thousands of coasters. Not actually, but I have lots of stock so that I just have to slowly restock. As they sell, it will take a lot of the stress off of me because market season is quite busy and stressful. Third, we have sew some new product samples. I mentioned it, I think, in my last vlog that I want to start doing book sleeves, but I have so many ideas of different products that I could sew and sell, and definitely because I love making my own patterns, I would love to have my own patterns as book sleeves and all that kind of stuff, like tote bags. Yeah, so I want to focus on doing some sewing projects just to do some product samples and see like what works, what doesn't, if I can even sell it, how long it takes. And then we'll quickly just go over my 3 wellness goals because this segment is taking a long time. I want to start strength training 3 times a week at minimum. I don't want to set like 5 days a week because that's literally just not realistic, and I do not see myself going 5 days a week anymore. I also want to walk for 30 to 35 minutes every single day. I got a walking pad for Christmas and I have yet to actually use it. I think I've used it once, but I want to really prioritize getting like at least 10,000 steps per day, and the walking pad will really help. So when I'm doing emails or making content or editing content on my phone, I would love to just be walking on the walking pad. It will be really good for my health. And then also my reading goal is I want to read at least 4 books next month, which I think can happen because I have a couple of like shorter romance books that I'm going to read. So I feel like 4 is a pretty easy number. I'm really excited to see if I can stick to my goals and try to accomplish all of them next month. We shall see how it goes. I am really bad at sticking to things because I forget about them. So I hope that by doing these videos, it starts training me to kind of think about my goals and really focus working towards those and not getting too busy and off track with other things, and just really focusing on the things that are important. So another thing that I wanted to mention and talk about in these reset videos, particularly business-wise, is to kind of see where my expenses go for my business. I thought this would be a really cool statistic to see. I'm obviously not going to be sharing like exact numbers, but I will share percentages of like where I'm spending my money each month on my business, because I feel like this could be really insightful for other business owners to see. So I have a monthly like budget tracker sheet for my business each month that I created on Google Sheets just for myself. So I have different categories, and this is mainly for this video so that I can track them into specific categories. I would like to kind of break down these categories a bit more, so maybe next month I'll spend a bit more time and break them down. But if you have any questions, you can just let me know down in the comments below. But I have a little chart I'm looking on my phone, so I'll pop the chart up for you guys to see on the screen, but I'm just going to read off of this. So the most of my expenses went to supplies, and that's sitting at 79.9%. That will include ordering blank hoodies, mugs, felt, new yarn, hot glue sticks, all that kind of stuff. Usually a lot of the craft supplies that I use to make punch needle, along with any like blank items, so mugs, cups, hoodies for orders. So this month was a pretty big month for sweatshirts and mugs. That's where a lot of that came from. And then our next category is going to be fees. So this will include like shipping fees in terms of like duties and imports for any products that I get, as well as any like market or booth fees that I'm spending on. So I categorize that into fees. Then we have subscriptions, so that will include my Adobe subscription, any Patreon subscriptions that I have. I also have my email marketing subscription here, so I use Privy on my website for any email marketing, and then like the little pop-up that comes up, so that's also categorized in here. Then we also have digital files, so that's 5.4% of my expenses this month. It's actually quite high because I spent a lot of money on some cute SVGs and PNG files. Then my shipping for this month was actually quite low. I don't pay for shipping for wholesale orders. The customer actually pays for it, so I had a very low month for shipping at 0.9% of my total expenses. That just includes buying stamps. A lot of the times I'm sending letter mail things, but it's usually pretty low for me because, like I said, I send a lot of letter mail items, and a lot of my orders that go out are wholesale orders, and I don't pay for shipping on those. So that's why my shipping's low. I know a lot of other small businesses, theirs is really high, but just for mine, it's not, which is good because shipping can be really, really, really expensive. So that is a little bit into the finance budgeting side of the business. I thought it might be cool to see. I know it's cool. I love data, I love stats, I love charts, so I love to see where kind of like my money is going in my business, and this really differs month to month, and I think I will continue to add this in as a little quick segment. I think it's really insightful to see for other small businesses. Now we are going to get to the fun part, and the part that I've been waiting for so long is to declutter and organize my office. This is something I like to do every month because honestly my office gets really messy by the end of the month, and I just start like to put things where they don't belong, which I definitely should get better at, but it makes for a more fun and exciting video when everything's a mess and I have to clean it up. So we're just gonna get right into the organizing and decluttering, so I'm really excited because it's long overdue and I want a clean space to start a new month. Okay, so we're currently on the floor close to where I have my photography desk, and we're gonna kind of go through this bin here. I love to collect stuff in bags because I'm too lazy to put things away once I come back from setting up a new booth, markets, etc. So we need to kind of organize this stuff and make a use for it, or then donate or sell it. I don't know, but it's gotta go if it has no purpose here. I also love to get rid of any trash and things that I know I'm not going to use first, because it will help me see what I'm working with and where I need to find bins or put things away or find a spot for. So getting rid of trash is usually the first step in this decluttering, organizing process. Okay, so this bin literally just has some little scraps of bubble wrap and little packaging. So once I clear out some other bins, I'll see if I can move this into another bin or basket. If not, I'll probably just keep it in here and put it on a shelf somewhere that's close to my packing station. That way I don't forget to use these. That way I'm recycling, reusing, reducing, you know. I have this, which is from one of my market displays last year that I made. These are actually cup hooks that I literally screwed into the back of this wooden crate I got from Michael's. This is a really good keychain display for markets that's really inexpensive. I think this cost me maybe about 20 bucks to make. I got these from Home Depot and this from Michael's, but I don't think I'm gonna use this anymore because I don't have keychains. So I think I'm gonna unscrew the hooks from this, and then I'm gonna reuse this basket as like a gift basket or something. I just finished cleaning up the office and I immediately feel so much better. It's just always nicer to have a clean space when you're in your office, especially when you're starting a new month. There's just something about having everything in its place on February 1st, the first of the month. It just sets me up for an amazing month, and I love having everything organized. Keeping it organized is a whole different story. Now I want to show you guys the spread for our Blush Designs calendar. I'll show you guys the February spread. So here is the calendar that I designed. I actually designed this back in November, I believe. I really wanted to get ahead on it. And then this is the back. Has all the spreads that you have in this calendar. Then it also says created to make you smile. I'm trying to come up with a slogan for the business, and I think that is like a really good one. So this one is January spread. And then we have February spread, which I'm so obsessed with, by the way. This one was my favorite, I think, out of them all. It says some things don't go as planned, and that's okay, which literally slay because... And then this is it. It's very pink. Like I said, February is the month of self-love, Valentine's Day, appreciating the life that you have, just loving life. I mean, you should do that every month, but February is extra special, so treat yourself extra kindly in February. So this is the February monthly calendar. I still have a bunch of these available on my website. If you do want to purchase one of them, they'll ship out immediately because I have them in stock. So if you do want to snag a calendar for yourself, there's still so much time left in the month for you to utilize the calendar. And yeah, it's all of it's designed by me. I designed this all in Illustrator. You can see some of the process in a couple of vlogs and see the process that went behind these calendars, but I'm super duper obsessed with them and I really love them. And if you do want to write in them, you can. It's just you need a Sharpie or a ballpoint pen, and that will work. Ink pens will work, but you have to let them dry a really long time just because of the material of the paper. Okay, so I want to go over the books that I've read each month. I think this will be a good way to keep track of my reads this year. Plus, I know a lot of you guys are interested in books just the same way I am, so I thought this would be really cool to include in all the resets going forward. So the first book that I read in January, technically I started this in December, but I finished it on January 1st, which was Powerless. Now this book was amazing. I really loved it. It was a YA book. It follows Kai and Peyton, and they're in the world of Ilya where they have to go through these trials, and they're like separated into two like groups after this plague had like come across the whole town, or I guess kingdom, and it separates them into ordinaries and elites. So it's a romance, or like a romantasy fantasy type of thing. It's slow burn. There's no spice. It was so good. Like the banter between them, the tension, the slow burn, we love. And I rated this a 5-star. It was my first 5-star read of the year, obviously, since I finished it in January, on January 1st. It was so amazing. I think about them, this book in general, just all the time. You can literally just tell that I love this book just by the tabs. There are so many tabs in this book. So many. I went through 2 sets of green, purple, and gray tabs. Then I started into the Twisted series. So I read the first 2 books. The first book I read was Twisted Love. It follows Alex and Ava, and their story was really good. I did enjoy this book. I wasn't really feeling the connection between the two until about like the last third of the book. I was kind of thinking about DNFing it actually for the first like maybe 50 or 70 pages. It kind of felt like instant love, to be honest. Like, I know it was kind of like forced proximity in here, and it's like her brother's best friend, but I don't know. I just didn't feel the connection between them was super strong till like the last third of the book. But I don't know. This book I rated a 3 stars. I would recommend it, and I did enjoy it. And I like their story, but I just didn't really feel the immense connection compared to this book, Twisted Games. This follows Reese and Bridget. This is like a forbidden romance bodyguard. This was really good. I really loved their story. I loved the romance between the two of them. It felt really natural, and it wasn't fake, I guess, or not fake. I don't know the right word, but it didn't feel like too non-realistic, I guess. It was a really good build-up of like the romance from the beginning. I thought it was a really good storyline, and I really loved this couple in particular. So I gave it a 4 stars. It wasn't like a 5-star feeling book, but I really did enjoy it, and I probably would do a reread because it was just so cute. The next book that I read, I told myself I was not going to read this book, mainly because people were saying like it was so like dark, traumatic, like it was very, I don't even know how to describe it. Definitely read the trigger warnings before you read this book. It's not for everyone. And yeah, so I read Haunting Adeline. I think, yeah, I read it on my Kindle because I didn't necessarily want the physical book, but I read it, and it was questionable. Like, a lot of the themes, Zaid is the main character. He is a very morally gray character. Actually, I don't even know if I'd consider him morally gray or just like actually batshit psychotic. I think that's probably a better description of him. There is a lot of spice, and so I don't even know what I would call it, spice, okay? Please read the trigger warnings if you do want to read this book. It is not for everyone. It is a dark romance. There are a lot of like triggering themes in the book, so just make sure you read that before you delve into this book. Again, not for everyone. I rated this a 3-star. I don't think I could give it any higher. And then the last book I read this month was Butcher and Blackbird, which, oh my god, I listened to that book on Kindle yesterday. I started it yesterday and I finished it this morning. It was such a short listen. It was, I think, like 7 hours on Audible. I used my free credit, and well, it wasn't free, but I used my credit, and oh my god, was that ever such a good book. It was a little bit gory because it's about 2 serial killers that have like an annual game where they have to find their next victim, and whoever finds them first wins, and it's like friends to lovers. It's so good. The banter between the two, I think listening to the audiobook was so amazing because I was able to like hear the voices and hear like the emotion in between each line. I really enjoyed listening to that book specifically, especially because the guy character, Butcher, well, that's his like name, but his actual name is Rowan, but he has like a slight Irish accent, and the voice actor that did it was so good. I think I'm gonna rate that like a 4.5 stars. I don't know if it necessarily gives me a 5-star feeling. I'm still kind of on the fence. I maybe on the screen I will put a different rating than what I actually said right now, but I think I'm gonna go with a 4.5 stars. I really did enjoy it, and I do want to order the physical copy so I can go in and annotate a couple of things and highlight some of the quotes that I like. In total this month I read 5 books, which is 2 more than I had intended for myself or that I planned for this month, which I'm so proud of myself because I've done a lot of reading. I know that I said no audiobooks count for January, so technically I read 4 books towards my goal, but in total this month I read / listened to 5 books. That's surprising. I surprised myself. Okay, so as we come to a close in this video, I just want to go over a couple of ins and outs for February. I like to kind of think about how I want my month to go before the month actually starts. I think this just helps set me up for a better month. And if you decide to take away anything from this video and you're not like a super plannery person, that's not even a word, but I've made it a word now, and you want to just do something really simple and just kind of dip your toe into the reset realm. A good way to do this that I found, especially by seeing a lot of videos about this online, is just doing like a T-chart, honestly, of your ins and your outs. I think this is a really good way, or you can also label it more or less. So more of or less of. Sometimes I don't like to give like a quantitative value to certain goals for the month. So doing ins and outs is a really good way to kind of just have an idea of how you want your month to go. So let's just go over quickly my ins and outs for February and kind of set myself up for an exciting month. So my ins for February are drawing things that genuinely make me happy, coffee shop work sessions, designing fun products, patterns, and intentional planning. So I really want to like channel my inner creative and really spend time just creating, and not really creating with like a purpose of like making it directly into a product, but kind of just drawing things that make me happy, and if I want to turn them into a product, I will, or if I just want to make it a wallpaper or print it out and put it on my wall, I will do that. I just want to create for my soul and just to reignite that fire back in me, because I've been feeling really like creatively burned out. Like happy, creative soul enrichment. That is the motto for February. And then some of my outs are forcing myself to punch needle. So I tend to feel overwhelmed with the amount of orders, and then I feel like I need to punch needle from the moment that I open my eyes to the moment that I close my eyes. So I just need to give myself a little bit of grace and understand that I do have literally like a 3 to 4 week processing time, so I can just work at it and I don't need to get every order done immediately. So that's why I have that. Not taking breaks and not getting ready for the day. Me personally, I always feel better and I am more productive. This is a proven fact for myself. If I get ready for the day, change my clothes, do my makeup, maybe like do my mascara because I don't really wear makeup, do my hair, you know, just feel refreshed. So I want to start doing that more. Lately I've been getting a little bit lazy and just kind of staying in my pajama clothes. So I'm going to try to get ready more in February. And staying up late watching YouTube is something I definitely want to stop doing, because I have lately been doing that a lot and I have a hard time waking up, and I like to get up at like 6:30, and I have not been getting up at 6:30 and not planning my day. Again, I've gotten really lazy the past, you know, couple of weeks, I think because I've been sick, I've been exhausted. So I need to, first of all, stop making excuses. And second of all, I just need to start planning my day. Even if I do a little bit of planning the night before, that always helps set up my day for success. So if you want to kind of dip your toe into resetting and just getting yourself refreshed for the month, month, definitely try an ins and outs list. It really does benefit you, giving you you have this subconscious idea in your head of how you want your month to go. And it may help, it may not, I'm not sure, but it never hurts to give it a try. So this video is now going to come to a close. I am so happy to be doing reset videos. These are like my favorite videos to make. I'm so excited to continue doing them all throughout the year and just see how we grow and progress with our goals. And I'm so excited that you guys are coming along with me. And if you did do a planning session or are planning for your February, I hope that your February goes amazing and that you accomplish your goals. And if you don't accomplish all your goals, just know that you tried your hardest and you will accomplish great things. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy this video or found anything in this video helpful, please make sure to leave a like and don't forget to subscribe because you don't want to miss any more of the reset videos that I post every single month. So I love you guys very much and I will see you all next week. Bye!